Namaste, viewers. Welcome to Gnana Degula channel. Today we will see a story, an unusual story, not heard of, not much. It's a local story on Ganapati. It's quite interesting. Let's go through this story. In a quiet village surrounded by rolling hills, there lived a curious young boy. His clothes were torn, soiled, and his feet were soiled, dusty. But his spirit was fully there with determination. One sunny day, he embarked on a mission that would test the kindness of the villagers. He wanted to see how kind the villagers were, and then he wanted to see their how they would react. With a very innocent voice and some kind of hope in the heart, the boy wandered through the narrow streets of that village. He went through from door to door, sharing his modest possessions with anyone who would listen. And he wanted a handful of rice and a spoonful of milk. He just begged for a handful of rice and a spoonful of milk. His dream was simple but yet big. He wished for only a bowl of kheer. He wanted to, he liked the kheer and he wanted this kheer, that means payasam, they call it, sweet and creamy rice pudding loved by all. However, the villagers, practical and aware of the life's hardships, choose to ignore the boy's plea. They just ignored him. They didn't listen to him at all. They knew that a mere handful of rice and a spoonful of milk was not enough to create any delicious kheer, delicious paisam. They all cherished. He said, I will give you, you just give me one spoonful of milk and then one handful of rice. I will give you kheer, he said. They and so they went about their day. That's all. They did not recognize this boy, and leaving the boy's hopes seemingly unattainable. That was the reaction of the villagers. Yet the boy, he didn't lose hope. He was undaunted by the disheartening responses. He continued his quest, walking through the villages, winding paths, and calling up for help. He asked everyone. Nobody seemed to listen to him. Yet his determination remained strong. His voice carried his dream from one doorstep to another doorstep. As the sun moved and then it was getting darker, the boy's unwavering pursuit finally caught the attention of a kind old lady. Her eyes, aged by the time, showed a glimmer of empathy as she listened to the boy's plea. She listened to him. She was known for her compassionate heart in a world that sometimes lacked it. The boy's face lit up with joy as the woman agreed to make the kheer he so desired. So somehow, he got a handful of rice and somehow he obtained one spoonful of milk and he gave it to that lady. And he said he was ecstatic but had an unusual request. The kheer must be cooked in a very large pot. He said, see, I will give you this. Somehow I have collected. Somebody else, gave it to him somehow. All the villagers did not give, but this lady also having something there. Then the kheer must be cooked in a large pot, he said. Confused, yet willing, the old woman borrowed a big pot from her neighbor. Some handa like thing, she brought from her neighbor, trusting the boy's peculiar request. Just a handful of rice, just a little milk. How much it will cook? Anyway, she procured a big vessel, very big vessel, and then with a pot filled with meager supply of rice, milk, and a pinch of sugar. Little. The kheer, she began to prepare the kheer. The boy with a secret in his eyes left the woman's side for a short while. He just left the place. Before he left, he made the old woman, promise not to taste the kheer until he returned. He told, I will come back and only you will have to taste the kheer. As the pot filled the air with a sweet aroma of cooking kheer, the old woman's eyelids grew very heavy and she drifted into slumber. In her dreams, she could almost taste the creamy sweetness that wafted through the air. Time passed unnoticed, and when she finally woke, the delightful scent of kheer surrounded her. She looked at the pot, her eyes widening in astonishment. What had started as a meager offering now filled the pot to the brim with rich, velvety kheer. Tears of gratitude welled up in the woman's eyes, for she knew that this was nothing short of the blessings of the divine. It could only be the work of Lord Ganesha, the bringer of hope and miracles. But she remembered her promise to the boy that she wouldn't taste the kheer until his return. But the aroma was irresistible, but she kept her word. Instead, she scooped a spoonful of milk and set it aside as an offering to the benevolent Lord Ganesha. Some portion of it. As she savored the sweet kheer, her heart swelled with contentment and guilt. Where had the boy gone and when would he return? She had failed to keep her promise. Just as she struggled with these thoughts, the boy reappeared, his smile as bright as the morning sun. With a twinkle in his eyes, he reassured the old woman that she hasn't broken her promise. In a soft, comforting voice, he revealed his true identity. He was none other than Lord Ganesha himself, the very deity she had unknowingly welcomed into her humble home. The old woman knelt, overwhelmed with humility, her eyes brimmed with tears. Ganesha, in his boundless compassion, embraced the woman, soothing her troubled heart. Grateful for her pure heart and unwavering faith, he offered to grant her a single wish. With a hopeful heart, the old woman wished for two things: beauty and riches, envisioning a life transformed by the blessings of the divine. As her wish soared to the heavens, Ganesha, in his infinite grace, smiled upon her. The old woman's appearance transformed, her face glowing with the youth and radiance. Along with newfound beauty, riches flowed into her life like a river of abundance, ensuring her days were filled with joy and prosperity. And so the tale of the young boy's desire for Kheer became a testament to the extraordinary blessings that could grace even the simplest of homes. It whispered a timeless truth that kindness, humility, and unwavering faith could unlock the doors to miracles and transform a lifetime of longing into a tapestry of dreams fulfilled. Viewers, this is a story. This is a local story. There are so many versions. There are so many. It could be a regional uh, story on Lord Ganesha. Please listen to this. Uh, Thank you for listening. And then like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Please post your comments. Thank you so much.